Well, hello everybody, welcome today. Just wanted to say I've been really excited about this one today because there's lots of interesting and fabulous things that we can do together on Techsavvy, and this is a new kind of thing to do because it's a little bit more than just basic. It's looking at apps for art on all platforms, and without further ado I'm going to make my camera turn around so that you can see where we start. Release the inner Dave Hockney in you. David Hockney started using his iPad a few years ago when this kind of technology became available, and he then started to produce art every single day. And this was an amazing thing because essentially what he was doing was creating original works of art, and because it's created from one device, multiple copies are made that are endless. So in essence, you are actually seeing an original David Hockney. That's the power of this tool in able to create. And it does raise questions about what is the kind of purchased art that we have. So there's an example. He was using a package called Brushes, which has been around for quite a while. And what we're going to do is I'm going to demonstrate Brushes and also a couple of other apps like Paper and Adobe Sketch. So let's get into it. So here are my art packages. And the one at the top there is Brushes. That's the one that David Hockney uses. So I'll just press on that. And you can see there are various sort of pictures needed. Now you can use your finger, or what is useful to use is a dibber or pen top, whether it's designed for the iPad, because it makes things a little bit accurate to use. Okay. Let's go in and add a new paper. Okay, there is one we're going to create. And I have a set of brushes down below here that I can use. So we'll choose a nice big splashy one to begin with. And our source of inspiration, you could say, is this object up here, which is a peace lily. And going to just see if I can actually start to draw the peace lily where I am here. Hold on a second. Yep, okay, here we go. So as I said, you can use your finger if you want to, so I can make shapes. I can also rub them out if I don't like the look of it. Or I can begin to introduce it more accurately with a pen. So it's easier to get to these little icons down here. If I want to change the color at all, there are tools for that. Here are the brushes, and down here is the paint tool that I can use. So I'm just going to draw a few leaves here. And I'm just going to reduce the pen down a bit, and let's see if I can make a pattern that I want. There we go. So I can draw my shapes. Of course, there are lots of different patterns I can use, and as I apply pressure, it goes differently on here. So I can create my patterns working that way. I can also have a huge range of different special effects. So if I wanted to create that for the leaves, I can then create that pattern instantly on here. You can see that. There we go. You wouldn't believe I went to art college, but yes, I find that these tools that give the most kind of use to enabling you to change the way that you do your drawings is extremely useful. So that's wonderful. Okay. Sorry about this. so. That's what we're going to do now. Is I'm going to change over to a different package. This was brushes, and this is the package that David Hockney uses to do his drawings. I'm now going to change over to one I really like, which is paper, which is this one here. It's by 53, and as I press paper 53, up comes some lovely simple interface that I can use. And intriguingly, it's kept in a sketchbook, but we won't talk about that right now. So, my favourite tool is the pen. And as I said before, we are drawing this piece, Lily. So I'm just going to see if I can use my pen. What I love about it, it's like kind of a Japanese style, and you can actually start to just put shapes in. And as you do more bolder shapes or apply more pressure, it puts a kind of depth to the pen. And you might want to do something a little bit more delicate. And then as the piece has this flower here, which has various kind of stamens, I can just create this pattern across here. I can also put light shadows in using this pen, and also it has a very good brush which acts like a watercolor. So if I wanted to color in the stamen, I've got the color mixer here, and so I can change the color to a more important color to make it brighter, and as I move it around to mix, it goes brighter. So here we go here, and so I can make that come out very delicately. Let's just go back in and draw another leaf. Okay, a little bit of artistic license about that. And if I try colouring in now, mixing a little bit of colour here, you can see that I can put in pen strokes. But what I love is the colouring pen, and that changes that to a watercolour effect. And the more I put on there, the more easier that becomes to make a lovely, lovely pattern. And you can be extremely accurate with that, or you can be quite delicate, but it doesn't create a computer-looking drawing. That's what I quite like about it. If you're using a PC and you need to use an art package that a PC offers, I'm going to switch over now and put the PC on. Then the one that I would draw attention to is Fresh Paint down there. Again, I'm using a Surface device, so I have a touch screen, but the beauty of using any PC is that Fresh Art will work with a mouse, with a pen. For a Surface device, I have this tool, which is very good for close work and accurate work, which is needed for professional work really, but for as a user here, this would be extremely useful. And then I just press in here. Now this is free. Everything I've shown you so far is free and is freely available to use. So from that point of view, it's an excellent tool for you to sort of develop your skills with and understand. Now, I was pleasantly surprised by this because it is a very powerful package and has a range of tools in there that you can use. For instance, I've got a pencil here. It takes me to the pencil section, and I particularly like the pen because it's more defined for me, and so I can basically start to draw in maybe a lapel or some form of coat down here. I can also do that with my finger if I haven't got the expensive pen, or I can use a very cheap one that I got from a show that will allow me, which I've been using on the other place. So you can see it works with all of these kind of things. Let's give him a buttonhole. Okay, it fits in his pocket there. So you can do lots of interesting things with this tool. Also, I can do watercolors exactly like the other paint thing that we're using, and you have here a set of colors that you can use with the palette. Okay, and the palette will give you the ability to mix your colors up. So I'm just going to lighten that up a little bit. Okay, now I'm ready to start using it on my little fella here. So let's make sure that we've got, yeah. So I can be quite delicate here. Give him a bit of a 5 o'clock shadow. Looks a bit detective-like, doesn't he? And so there's just ways that you can actually colour things in. I'll give him a bit of a dark hat over here. So you can see how you can pull these in. So again, Fresh Paint, is a free package that you can get on any Windows 10 computer. Really good for that. So I just mentioned that. Most of the apps and packages will actually be designed for photography. So if you're not good at drawing, then you might prefer to use something like Adobe Sketch and a trace feature. With that, I'm going back to my iPad and we'll kick off down here, and I just want to show Adobe Sketch, which is down here. I might have to log in. We'll see if we can do that. This is free also. You do have to log into the cloud, but it's another powerful package again. And what I like about it, if I just go into here, these are projects I've done previously. This is Monet's garden in Giverny. If anybody knows that pond, it's a very good one there. And there's some projects there. This is the one I'm working on today. So if you're not good at actually drawing, then don't worry about it. You can actually put a photograph underneath, as I'm doing here. And again, with a pen, I can draw over the top of it, which will create the pattern, so you can trace. And the beauty of digital is that if I make a mistake, there is the undo button, and that's on all the packages, and it will enable you, unlike when you're drawing on paper, you'd have to rub it out and then cause sort of problems to the paper. This in itself would do this very easily and get you back to the steps that you need to do it. And I could go on and work on this, and then I can remove the background and it would reveal the picture that I've been working on here. To show you what it looks like in reality, here are some of the pictures I've drawn before. This is in Monte Carlo, and I traced over a photograph I'd drawn. It's much better than trying to copy a photograph, but of course you're trying to get an accuracy effect to it as well. So this is Adobe Projects, and there's such a lot of great things that you can do with Adobe Projects. Yeah, I love this. This is in a little place called Le Moulins, and it's a little French cafe there. So really, that's all I have to say about Adobe packages. Oh, just one more thing before I go, because I know I'm out of time, is that if you're a person who likes colouring in, adult colouring is big at the moment, you don't feel you're able to do any of those things effectively, then you could use a package like Adult Colouring which will give you a pattern that you can colour in, and these are free to use. So we can use a pattern like this. Sorry, it's on its side. And the point about it is that you can actually colour all of those in, and you've got your colour palette down here, and wherever you touch becomes part of the colour pattern. Now the beauty of this is you'll get a different picture each time. So in a sense it is creative, because you're actually not even, you will get a different picture at any point. Now you get a prompt to show you what to do if you're not used to pinch. And of course, if you're going in very close, you probably need to do that. Okay, so that means that you fill in with the lines accurately, and you get a different kind of creativity to that. So you don't even have to have the ability to draw, because this works just as well. Okay, well, thank you for watching Tech Savvy today. I hope it was useful. There will be a watch party afterwards, so if you want to ask questions, do watch the watch party and put in some comments so that we can respond, so I can respond to it. Thank you for watching Tech Savvy. See you again next week. Bye.